This is the second day and the second presentation. Mine, the topic is the same, but the presentation is different. Yesterday we spoke about NSDI as a system of data, and today we will speak about this system as it stands today. And I'd like to start.
Секунду, щось воно не так. З НІГД вчора, напевне. Так, чекайте. А воно щось якось в мене...
Wait a minute, bear with me for a second because there's something wrong with the slide presentation.
Ні. Ось воно якось перемикається саме.
Well, somehow it switches on and off on its own accord. I wanted to speak about the NSDI yesterday, and it shows me the slides about NSDI as it stands today. No, 18 years plus. Well, this is quite a long stretch of time, and I show it in a bold font because I want to emphasize that the NSDI has been developed in Ukraine for quite a while. Why did I mention 18 years here? Because the first fundamental achievements was at the time when the EU put in place the Inspire initiative. But the bad news about it is that there was no political will at that time in Ukraine to approve this initiative at the legislative level and to implement it. The four attempts to shape the legal framework for NSDI failed. The reason being the political instability and low level of awareness about the advantages and possible efficiency of NSDI. There was a lack of political drivers. We needed a kind of a banner in this work. NSDI is quite a complicated topic, and there was no political drive to support it. But then it came about when a legislative package of land reforms came to the consideration of the parliament. This drive came to be. So the framework was created, and we received a law, technical regulations. But what has to be added here? NSDI is a comprehensive system which includes many elements. Yesterday, I briefly spoke about the research and the methodology of the World Bank, which was run for us by international experts. So as regards the level of readiness of NSDI for operation, Ukraine got 35 points out of 100, according to that methodology. It's hard to say whether this is good or bad. Probably this just shows that there's a lot of work ahead of us. But a lot had been done even before. All necessary legal acts and bylaws were put in place. Yesterday I spoke about major recommendations in that respect, so I'm not going to repeat that, but I want to say that all those recommendations are related to governance, the development of technologies, and development of human resource. And on each of them, there are positions in which international experts advised us how to act. The ministry and the state Cadastre separately will not be able to implement all the activities that you see enumerated on the screens. That's why we speak about coordination, about cooperation with research institutions, which will make it possible for us to get this process off the ground. During the latest meeting, which happened before the large-scale invasion, and it was attended by different stakeholders. For that, we developed together with USAID and Geodesy and Cartography Institute, we presented the document which we developed, a plan which is a kind of a set of, which has recommendation status. And in order to implement such global things, one should have a certain budget. But in Ukraine, each ministry has its own budgetary constraints, which makes it impossible to implement such a large-scale plan. It's just not possible. All the stakeholders confirmed that the activities included in the plan are among their priorities. And all those activities were split up into 7 main areas, which were recommended to us by international experts. Those are administrative activities, legislation, financial resources, geodata, which is one of the major ones, the development of partnership, qualification, upgrade, continuing education, and so on. And actually, we have to explain all this in detail to make it straightforward. Talking about the challenges which open up new opportunities for us, I can say that in 2023, it was very difficult to speak about development because there was no telling how the February of that year would end, because there was a war. Nothing worked, services did not work, geoportals also stopped their functioning.
Цього таймлайну,
But as we see from this timeline, 2022 has become sort of decisive one, because we managed to restart the technical work on an IGS, and with the help of USAID Agro developed the feasibility study for the portal. We managed to start up registration of the central authorities, executive authorities, and local self-governments. In January, we presented use cases. We had 2 meetings of the NIGS Council. We paid attention to training, and what is the most important is that we managed in 2023 to allocate budgetary funds for development of the portal. So in fact, the presence of political will is not a guarantee of success, because the pilot project on an IGS was approved in January 2020, in March 2023.
І виділено перші кошти. 3 роки.
The budgetary program was approved. Therefore, when we are talking about political will, we should clearly understand that besides this, we need necessary resources, and we need to have access to these resources now. And I'm happy that the work has started, and that by the end of the year, we will get a more operational geoportal. It's the industrial version. Today, Sergei Kuba spoke about statistics on geoportal. You have the obsolete data, Sergei, because in fact, more than 1,000 communities has registered, 1,193, which is 71% of all communities in Ukraine. And I want to cite that all the oblast administrations have registered, 100% of them. We see that Vinnytsia, Odessa, Volyn, Poltava, and Kharkiv oblasts have been registered 100%. I don't want to speak about those who are the lowest figures. I think they will correct their behavior, but central authorities, executive authorities are registered, but registration on the Geoportal is not all. This is only a realization of the fact that NIGS may be used by the stakeholders. The next step should be registration of metadata. We must understand what data we do have, how topical they are, how modern they are, and what can we do with this. And after that, when geoportals start operations and the access to information is open, we will speak about de facto integration with the help of services, data, and information from other stakeholders. What was done, I want to say that these are permanent consultations and informing about the progress, functional results, how the information on the Geoportal can be used. This is also feasibility study for Geoportal. And the beginning of work, I would like to speak about financial and technical support besides budget funds with the support of the donors who yesterday spoke, especially Japanese Agency of International Cooperation. We managed to get 3 batches of equipment necessary for our functioning. I didn't press anything. So for creation and functioning of Geoportal as well as map funds, so material foundation has been laid up and without the budgetary funds. So this is an extremely important support, especially at these very difficult times for Ukraine. I want to say separately about creation of geospatial data. Indeed, we are currently facing the choice. Everybody tells us, local authorities and central executive authorities tell us that
цифрова топографічна
they
карта.
need the basic set of geospatial data, a map in the scale 10,000. The amount of financial resources which we need for its renovation is quite substantial. It is clear that the budget, the market maybe are currently not able to do this work. We are in the process of negotiations and always at the meetings with international partners, we inform them about the need for such support. And we hope that we'll manage to get to agreement, but nevertheless in 2023, we finished work and provided 8.5 square kilometers of digital topographic maps in the scale 25,000. I know that for
містобудування ця карта не зовсім підходить, але вона була
always suitable, but the others needed it. Those organizations which are in the higher priority for the whole country. At the same time, on the support of Japanese Agency of International Cooperation, we are working on renovation of digital topographic maps for 3 cities of Ukraine in the scale 10,000. These are Mykolaiv and Kherson. Why these cities? Because Japanese
на тих територіях, які постраждали найбільше.
Launching and investing into the renewal projects. Therefore, we selected these 3 cities. Later on, we'll talk about other Ukrainian cities. Also, would like to say about training courses organized by USAID. 140 experts were trained. 191 expert specialists were trained. It was effective and useful, and now we
Проведені також
hope that USAID will
завжди
support us in organizing such courses for territorial communities, because they always ask us when do we start, but we so far keep it secret.
такою
That's it, basically. This is the NIGS today, and what will it look like tomorrow depends on all of us. But we're absolutely sure that it will be. And in view of the video from students, I'm absolutely sure that we have a good future in front of us. Thank you.